Some stories begin with gunshots. Some begin with screams. This one begins with a bell, the soft, almost shy little chime above the entrance of Carrington's fine gifts. A bell so gentle it shouldn't have meant anything. But that day, the whole store went still. Because the man who walked in wasn't just anyone. He was Ethan Cole, 28, quiet, loyal to a fault, the type of man who apologizes before the other person realizes they bumped into him. A man who delivered packages to this same shopping plaza every morning for 6 years, rain, harmattan, Lagos heat, American storms, whatever life threw. They knew him here. He was the dependable guy, the Ethan is here guy. But that morning when he stepped inside Carrington's to buy a birthday gift for his mom, the first gift he could afford in years, a white sales clerk froze like she'd seen a breaking news alert. Her eyes widened, her lips tightened, her hand slid under the counter. Then she pressed the button, security, and Ethan felt it. That familiar, suffocating shift in the air. He had felt it before. Black men always do. Have you ever been racially profiled and treated wrongly because of the color of your skin? Or have you even been helpless in the face of a racial injustice done to some you knew deep down was a good person? Comment, I'm here, so we know you're not alone. Hit subscribe before you forget, because I don't want you missing the next moment that feels like it was written for you. Ethan wasn't flashy, never had been. He grew up in a home where money was always counted twice, where his mom, Mariah, worked 2 jobs and still came home with soft hands and tired smiles, where his older brother went astray, and the younger one looked up to him like he was a lighthouse. Ethan learned early that you don't need much to be a good man, just principles, consistency, and a heart that refuses to harden. He'd finally saved enough working overtime shifts to buy his mother something she'd always admired in the Carrington display. A small silver locket shaped like a teardrop, with space inside for 2 tiny pictures, one of her sons, one of herself. A simple thing, not flashy, not expensive, just meaningful. He told himself it would be the one gift she'd remember, the one that proved he'd finally found his footing after a messy few years. So he walked into the store with hope in his chest, and got suspicion instead. Can I help you? The sales clerk's voice trembled, but not from fear, from the performance of fear. Ethan glanced around, 2 elderly women browsing candles, a man in a suit comparing cufflinks, a teenage girl giggling at a novelty mug. Everyone turned to look at him because her tone invited them to. Yeah, Ethan said gently. I'm looking for the... You can't go back there, she snapped. He blinked. Go back where? I just walked in. She stepped forward as if blocking danger. You need to keep your hands visible. He looked down at his hands, both empty. Ma'am, he exhaled. I'm just here to... Before he finished, 2 mall security guards appeared behind him, tall, broad, hands already on radios. What seems to be the issue? One asked. The clerk pointed at Ethan with a trembling, dramatic finger. He came in fast. He keeps looking around. I think he's scouting. Scouting. The word stabbed deeper than any insult. Scouting what? Ethan's voice broke a little, not from anger, but from the humiliation of being misunderstood again. The clerk folded her arms. You tell us. One security officer stepped closer. Sir, we're asking you to leave. For what? Ethan whispered. We've had reports of shoplifting in the last week, the officer said. You fit the description. There it was. That tired, predictable line black men know too well. Ethan inhaled slowly, the way his mother always taught him. Don't let their ignorance bend your spirit, baby, but don't let it walk over you either. I'm here to buy a locket, he said, for my mom's birthday. I'm a delivery guy. I bring packages to this plaza every day. The clerk scoffed. Then stay in the delivery area. This is a high-end store. That one hurt the most, not because of the insult, but because the older customers nodded like it made sense. Sir, let's go, the second guard said, gripping his arm. Ethan stiffened. He wasn't resisting, he wasn't fighting, he wasn't even raising his voice. But the guard squeezed harder. Subtle punishment, the kind of pressure meant to remind you who holds the power. Don't touch me. Ethan said quietly. The first guard leaned into his ear. You people always make things difficult. There it was. The mask dropped. The store clerk pretended not to hear. The elderly women frowned at Ethan, not at the guards. The teenage girl pulled out her phone, because embarrassment is entertainment to some people. Ethan felt his throat tighten, not from fear, not from shame, but from exhaustion, the kind no sleep can cure. All he wanted was a gift for his mother. What is going on here? The voice cracked through the tension like lightning. Everyone turned. A woman in a tailored navy suit marched forward. Sharp bob, sharp heels, even sharper eyes. Her name was Sophia Rivera, the store manager, the real one, not the I act like I own the place type. I got an alert, she said. Why is security removing him? What happened? The clerk stepped forward. He came in suspiciously. He was casing the displays. Stop. Sophia raised a hand. Were you watching him? Or were you assuming something about him? The clerk opened her mouth, closed it. Sophia turned to Ethan, and her expression softened instantly. Ethan. He froze. She knew his name. Hey, she said with a small smile. You deliver our shipments every Thursday morning. I saw you just last week. Ethan swallowed. Yeah. You've never given us a single reason to question you. The clerk frowned. Wait, you know him? Sophia's voice sharpened. I know a lot of the people who keep this plaza running. You'd know them too if you didn't only treat certain customers as real customers. The store fell silent. The clerk's face turned red. Security loosened their grip. But the wound? That didn't loosen. It pulsed. Deep, old, familiar. Before anyone could speak again, a quiet voice rose from the far end of the store. I saw the whole thing. Everyone turned. It was the teenager with the phone, but she wasn't recording Ethan. She'd been recording the clerk and security. I got all of it, she said, lifting her phone bravely. She treated him like he was a threat the second he walked in. Her mother gasped. Emily, stop. No, Mom, the girl said firmly. People need to see stuff like this. I'm tired of everyone pretending it doesn't happen. Her voice cracked, but her spirit didn't. Sophia nodded at her. Good. The clerk looked like she wanted the ground to swallow her whole. One of the older customers cleared her throat. I may have misjudged. No, Ethan said quietly. You judged exactly how you meant to. His voice wasn't cruel, just honest, and that honesty stung more than anger. Sophia folded her arms. No one, and I mean no one, treats a loyal member of this plaza like that. Ethan, come with me. She guided him to the display counter where the silver locket rested under soft lighting. This the one? She asked. Ethan nodded. The clerk scoffed. We're really rewarding him after... Careful, Sophia said sharply. Your words are digging you deeper. She pulled out the locket, wrapped it gently, placed it in a velvet box. Then she looked at Ethan. No charge. He shook his head. No, I can pay. This isn't charity, she said. It's accountability. He hesitated. She softened. Let me do this, for what you endured, and for the example you set. Finally, slowly, he nodded. Ethan stepped outside the store with the small velvet box in his hand. He should have felt vindicated. He should have felt proud. Instead, tears burned behind his eyes. Because what happened in that store wasn't new. It wasn't surprising. It was the 1,000th cut, the one that finally hit a nerve he'd been trying to protect for years. He sat on a bench, face buried in his hands, letting the world blur for a moment. A soft voice broke through. Are you okay? It was the teen girl, Emily. She sat beside him, awkward but sincere. I'm sorry, she said. People my age, we see it happen all the time, but our parents tell us to stay out of it. I don't think that's right. Ethan wiped his eyes. You were brave. She shrugged. Someone has to be. Her voice cracked. My dad, he's black too. Stuff like that happens to him. I hate it. Ethan's heart clenched. He nodded slowly. Tell him Ethan Cole said he's not alone. Emily smiled. next day, Ethan returned to the plaza for his regular delivery shift. He felt different, raw, still aching. As he unloaded boxes, Sophia approached him with a man in a black blazer, someone Ethan had never seen. "Ethan," Sophia said, "this is Nathan Brooks, Director of Plaza Operations." Nathan extended a hand. "Mr. Cole, I wanted to speak with you personally." Ethan hesitated, then shook his hand. Nathan continued, "I reviewed the footage, customer statements, and employee reports. What happened yesterday was unacceptable. That clerk has been suspended pending an internal investigation, and the security officer who made the racist remark has been terminated." Ethan froze. Terminated? Just like that? Nathan wasn't finished. "We are also implementing new sensitivity and anti-bias training across the entire plaza. Mandatory. Immediate." Ethan blinked. "And," Nathan added, "we want to make you an official part of our community advisory program. Paid. You'd help guide us on how to make this place safer and more respectful for everyone." Ethan stared at him. "You want my help?" Nathan nodded. "You've given this plaza 6 years of loyalty without asking for anything. It's time we honor that." Ethan opened his mouth to respond, but something caught his eye. The security guard walking by, a different one, nodded at him with genuine respect. Customers waved at him, some apologized, some thanked him. The whole atmosphere had shifted, not because he shouted, not because he fought, but because he stood firm in his humanity, and others finally saw it. That evening, Ethan sat in his mother's living room. Mariah held the little velvet box like it was made of diamond. She opened it slowly. Her hands shook. Not from age, from emotion. "Oh," she whispered. "Ethan, baby, this is beautiful." She looked up at him, tears shining. "What made you choose this?" He hesitated, then told her the entire story. Every detail, every humiliation, every moment of doubt. Mariah listened silently. When he finished, she didn't cry. She didn't rant. She just walked up to him, soft, slow, steady, and held his face in both hands. "Son," she whispered, "you were not humiliated. They were." Her voice had the power of a prayer and the sharpness of a blade. "You held your dignity, you held your peace, and look how justice came running to catch up." Ethan felt something in his chest unlock, a weight he'd carried since boyhood. She kissed his forehead. "This locket is precious," she said, "but the real gift is the man you're becoming." A week later, Ethan returned to Carrington's, this time not as a victim. The clerk, now reinstated but under mandatory supervision, flinched when she saw him walk in. "Mr. Cole," she said softly, I want to apologize. The training helped me realize—" "You don't owe me an apology," Ethan said calmly. She blinked. "I don't?" "No," he continued. "You owe better to the next black man who walks in here, and the one after him, and the one after that." The clerk lowered her head. He wasn't cruel. His tone held no venom, just truth, and truth, spoken plainly, is sometimes the best justice. Ethan walked out of the plaza feeling lighter than he had in years. Kids waved at him from the parking lot. Emily's mom stopped to thank him for setting an example. Sophia promised to send updates on the new training program. The world hadn't changed, not all at once. But something had shifted. In this plaza, in these people, in Ethan himself. He looked at the sky, stayed still for a moment, then whispered words that felt like a vow. "I'm done shrinking." Sometimes justice doesn't roar in with fists. Sometimes it arrives quietly when you stand so firmly in who you are that the world is forced to adjust. If this story hit something deep in you, if it reminded you of moments you survived quietly, moments you swallowed because speaking up felt dangerous, share this with someone who needs to feel seen today. And if you want more stories where the quiet ones rise, the underestimated take back their power, and justice finds its way home, stick around. Hit follow, subscribe, whatever button they give you, because the next story might just be the one you needed to hear.